the biggest ways that I use Google Sheets behind the scenes is for New York State Science Honor Society and for lab minutes. So with Science Honor Society, I have one spreadsheet that has everything in it. Right now, I have the columns hidden with the students' names, first name, last name. New York State Honor Society requires us to also report their gender and their grade for their data. So I've got all of these in here. But in this one sheet, I can take attendance for all of the meetings that we have. I keep track of the dues, any infraction letters that they get, and then there's GPA requirements. So what I do is when I check the students' GPAs, I can put them in here. It automatically calculates the average. And because you get letters if your grade point average drops too low, let's say this poor student really butchered chemistry and got a 60, their science average drops too low, and it conditional formats it to red so that I know I need to give them a warning that their grade is dropping too low. Not only do I have to calculate science averages, I also have to calculate math averages for Science Honor Society. So everything is right in this one spreadsheet. And since the members are continued, you can see down at the bottom here, I just make a copy of the spreadsheet so that I don't have to retype in all of the students' GPAs every year when they're just a continued member, and I just delete the seniors out of there. So without the spreadsheet, there was a lot of papers, a lot of individual papers and calculations when I inherited Science Honor Society that took significantly too long to do. And so what is nice is I can then filter it. I can sort if I'm looking for the new members versus the continued members, or if I need to know how many juniors I have or whatever it is, I can sort all of those columns. The other thing I have been doing since I started at Mohan, I may have done it at the charter school, I really don't remember, that was a long time ago, is I use a Google Sheet to keep track of all of the lab minutes for all of the students, and I use conditional formatting. And so all I do is I copy and paste their grades from School Tool into here, and then I replace it. I have it do calculations. So if they passed the lab, they get a 1 for a lab that is worth this year 60 minutes or 70 minutes, a 0.5 if it was like a 35-minute class. 2 for your grade was 2 blocks. So this isn't any actual student grades. It just tells me how many minutes they earned versus the possible. And if we're concerned, it's going to highlight it in yellow, and then later on it'll make it so it's in red. And then once they hit the 1200 minutes, it automatically turns green. So I can just really quickly see. And then it also allows me to plan out. These are some labs that I have coming up so that I know, even though it's a pandemic, we've done 1,550 lab minutes.
Now, Rebecca, I'm just asking that one, that's what you've done so far is 1560? That's not the total for the year.
No, that's what we've done so far.
But you need 1,200 for the year, that in a standard year, I'm going to say?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I know this is pretty specific to science, but that is one way that, like, the Google Sheets, and what's nice is it just automatically calculates everything for me. I don't have to sit there doing a calculating other than just replacing anything above a 65 with however, a 1, a 2, a 0.5, a 1.5. I also really, really like data analysis. Bartone is confused, and I'm excited by the data. Back when we gave regular midterms, I have a spreadsheet going of all the years I've used the same midterm every year since I've been at Mohan, so I can compare, and I like my graphs. So then I also enjoy comparing my different classes just to see. It's interesting. Typically, and it's been pretty consistent, my 8-9 classes tend to have lower grades. So I don't know if it's the time of the day for them or for me. 1:30 is my nap time. So in a typical year, 1:30 is period 8-9. So that's probably not a great time for them. Tasha, absolutely.